We are now less than 1 week away from some very big moves and changes happening around crypto, specifically in the US. And this is something that we definitely have to talk about because as we really wait for the 20th to hit, we are also already seeing some very big announcements and information coming out regarding what's about to happen on the 20th. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's dive on in. So number one, the first big change that we are going to witness on the 20th is Gary Gensler stepping down. This is confirmed. We know that's confirmed. Gary Gensler told us himself back on the 21st. Now, this did start a lot of speculation on what's going to be happening around the Ripple case, what's going to be happening with crypto. The main thing that I'm really addressing when it comes to Gary Gensler stepping down is the fact that, once he's gone, once we see a complete realignment of the SEC, I do think that we are going to start to see a lot of innovation happening in the US around crypto, because we're also going to see a lot of acceptance of US-based crypto companies. And I also think that this is where we start to kind of see US-based projects like Hedera or even XRP. I mean, I know that a lot of people have, this debate on if XRP is a US-based, project or not, but to me it is. Outside of that, you have Algorand, you have a lot of these projects in the space that could very well get a big green light starting on the 20th. So that's what I'm really kind of waiting for around the SEC. Now, on top of that, right, I did say, because recently the entire market did get, a big shakeup. We started to see a lot of, basically it was a lot of volatility, right? To the upside, to the downside. Bitcoin did lose 90K for a little bit of time. XRP was bouncing up and down like 20 some cents. I did say getting shaken out of crypto before Gary Gensler steps down could not be me. And yeah, listen, as we really look at what's been happening around the space, guys, we are not going to be shaken out until we see the biggest moves of the cycle happen. We have yet to actually see alt season. I don't care what some of these reply guys in the comments are saying when they're saying like, oh, alt season is something that doesn't exist anymore, or alt season's not going to happen, or, altcoins are done. They're dead. Now the focus is on this or that. It's like, listen, we know from past cycles, it's not even about following patterns. It's about the overall cyclical phase that we are in compared to previous cycles. And so far, we have yet to actually see phase 2 of the altcoin season. So if we're thinking about that, yeah, alt season is still a thing. Yes, it's still going to happen. And I will not be shaken out until altcoin season officially does happen. And again, I do think that everyone should be paying attention to this, because on top of Gary Gensler stepping down, we now have the SEC still taking a major L. The US SEC is now under a federal court order to fully explain why the agency refused to offer clear rules for crypto assets. One of the judges cautioned the agency that it better not be yet another poor explanation. So now the SEC continues to have pressure put on it. And even over here, we have the U.S. Third Circuit Court of Appeals has ruled that the SEC must provide a clearer explanation for its refusal to establish specific regulations for cryptocurrencies following a petition by Coinbase. The court found the SEC's previous rejection of Coinbase's request to be arbitrary and capricious. This decision highlights a significant pushback against the SEC's regulatory approach towards crypto assets. And yeah, this is a very, very big push against the SEC, a big win against the SEC as well, just days before Gary Gensler finally steps down. Guys, I'm very excited about this. I think that this is a huge win on the industry side, and I do think that it is just yet another blow against the entire anti-crypto push that's been happening for roughly, I would say, like 4 or 5 years now. But on top of this, we have over here, when the SEC has to settle or drop out of the Ripple case, people are going to realize it was a hit. Jamie Dimon is behind the hit. He wanted to throw a wrench into Bank of America 83 patents built off using the XRP ledger and Ripple tech. People who held the whole time are gods. Now, listen, we know that the entire Ripple case was a joke. I talked about it on multiple occasions. I do believe that it was a major push. I really do think, believe it or not, I do think that if we go back to the inception of the case, leading up to it, it was very clear that Ripple was a threat. Very clear. And I do believe that this case itself was, it was basically a planned attack from the incumbent bankers to try to slow Ripple down, try to kill it. I mean, it was very clear since day one that this was a hit. But I do think that all of this is about to be finished. And I will say this, XRP holders, you need to pay attention to what's going on here. Because I saw a great post regarding XRP alert. Do not sell your XRP until all of the below happens. Now we have number 1, which is RLUSD released. We have the Trump inauguration on the 20th. Gary officially leaves on the 20th. The Ripple case ends probably first quarter of this year. Altcoin season starts probably again this first quarter of this year. Ripple names a big bank partnership, probably happens almost, in my opinion, like almost immediately after the case is done. XRP ETF approval incoming, again, most likely after the case is done. So all of this could very well happen after quarter 1. Which, again, I know that sounds crazy to, a lot of you, but a lot of this is already kind of in the pipeline once we have the case settled, which it feels like that case is going to be done after quarter 1. We'll have to watch, wait, and see, but I do believe that it is about to be finished. But what news did we get from the Trump team regarding what he's about to do? Well, number 1, we have President-elect Trump expected to issue executive orders related to crypto policies on his first day in office. On top of this, we also have President-elect Trump expected to repeal crypto accounting policy requiring banks holding digital assets to count them as liabilities. And then also, Donald Trump's inauguration will feature tech leaders and crypto ball honoring him as the first crypto president. And then over here, we actually have a complete breakdown of a lot of it. So we have Donald Trump is expected to issue executive orders regarding crypto. Here we have Sachs and members of the Trump transition team have been working closely with crypto leaders to finalize a legislative strategy, and Trump is expected to issue executive orders on the first day of his presidency that may address issues including debanking and the repeal of a controversial crypto accounting policy requiring banks holding digital assets to count them as liabilities on the bank's own balance sheet, according to a person involved in the conversation. So, again, it seems as though we are about to see a big shift happening around this space. And I am very, very excited to see what's about to happen in the next 6 days. I do think that after January 20th, we should start to see a major shift in the entire market. And I actually just reposted a post from an individual named Encrypt30. If you guys don't know, he is one of the big players in the Discord, has always been, a big part of the Discord as well. We have been, in conversations for a very long time. One of the, best individuals in the space that does not get enough support. So if you guys do want to go follow him over on X, I highly advise you do. But here we have, probably now is as a good time to run to the highs than any other time. Appetite to get people FOMOing in here. is there. A lot of social engagement and app downloads are down over 50% since December. Think we will run at least some part of yesterday's The Wick at some point, though. Ideally, before we go up, leaving that wick untouched would be far from ideal. And here we have the overall Bitcoin chart. It feels as though we are about to run significantly to the upside. Now, those upside targets could be anywhere between 160K to 260K. But if we look at the Google Trends, yeah, I do think that, like, a lot of people think that these Google Trends are big nothing, right? Like big nothing, information essentially. This data is crucial to focus on. It shows us that retail interest is just not there, which is why when I look at, January 20th, I look at January 20th as a significant day, because what we will most likely see is that becoming a major event to bring in the retail flood. Even as we really look at Coinbase as well, look at the downloads. Guys, go all the way back to like December 18th, for an example. Look at how significant the amount of downloads and the category rankings of Coinbase have dropped. This is why we focus on the data. Regardless of if people think the data matters or not, it does. And right now, it feels as though this cycle is brewing for a major significant event. And that event could very well be Gary Gensler stepping down, Trump taking office, and pushing crypto forward with a lot of these executive orders. On top of this, right, we have institutional adoption growing. Institutional focus is growing. So as we think about what's about to happen here, I do think that on January 20th, the shift happens. The market reset happens. We are about to see a pro-crypto presidential admin take office, a pro-crypto SEC for the first time in well over, 4 or 5 years. And we already have the pro-crypto Congress in place. So think about that. What do you think happens next when we have all of these crypto players in office? What do you think happens next? We are about to see basically free crypto marketing from the biggest players that we could have ever expected to be pro, crypto. So buckle up, get ready, because the show is about to start. And in my opinion, it is going to be a very big show. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me over on X. Also, join the free Discord if you haven't already. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.